I'm here with extraordinary artist and sculptor Dave Venell. How you doing, Dave?
Doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. Would you tell me how you got started into this?
It's kind of a long story, but I got started from a book, an old Bantam War book called Into the Valley. My dad gave me this book when I was about 10 years old, and I would read it here and there, and after a while I started reading it all the time, and there was images in the book drawn by Major Don Dixon, and the images were striking. They were just quick pencil sketches, but the images stuck in my head. And so years go by, and I started thinking about that book and those images. I wanted to see those images in three-dimensional. So I went out and bought some clay, and I started building the models. Self-taught, never sculpted before. I started doing that, and I called my dad and I asked him if I could get, if he knew where that book was, and he's like, "Oh, it's probably in storage." So I was like, "Okay." So I made a couple other sculptures from my memory on the book, and it was the first 4 sculptures that I've ever produced. And I did most of the work at home, the molding and the casting in small sections, and finally, got to the point where I actually had a sculpture, and it wasn't 100%. And then I heard that the Marine Corps was getting ready to open their museum. So I sent off my information and pictures, because I had no idea.
Where's that museum at?
In Quantico, Virginia.
Okay.
So I had no idea what I was doing. The whole art world is completely new for me. And when I sent these photos off, I had no idea what was going to happen, and I didn't hear anything back for at least 3 months. So I figured, oh well, they hated them, and so maybe this isn't the route that I need to go. And then I get an email out of the blue saying, "We loved your sculptures. We want them. We had our uniform experts look at them. Everything is correct. When can you bring them?" And I'm like, wow. So that was a shock for me, and we're like, yes, we'd love to do that. So we arranged to do a little ceremony at the museum, and this was before it was open. So we went to the museum, and General Christmas was there, and some of the other top museum officials and docents and all. And we did a ceremony. It was great. We got a tour, a private tour of the museum before it was, there's still plastic sheets hanging. Yeah, so that was great. It was just a wonderful experience. So after that, I was like, wow, okay, this is awesome. So I created, I had a couple more made, and then by this time I found a foundry to do some of the work for me. And I'm still new to the art business, so I went to a town in Wickenburg, Arizona. They had an art show. It's called, I can't remember what it's called. I think it's but that's beside the point. Anyway, I went to the show, and most of the art shows, they have you enter into a contest, one of your pieces, and I did that, and won first place there. And I was like, wow, that's awesome. But the most dramatic thing was the veterans that would come by and see the work, and the emotions that were drawn from the metal. And for me, that's my biggest thing. It evoked tears and emotion. And, from a piece of metal, that means, that was, to me, I'm on the right track.
Vindication of the whole thing.
Right. Yeah, it was telling me,
As a child, did you get interested in drawing or doing any kind of art?
Avid model maker. I always drew, little toy stuff, but I was avid model maker.
So, you kind of always had an interest in creating something.
Yeah. I was in arts, in high school and all that, but really never did anything with it. Just always became, kind of the guy would always sketch up little things here and there.
So your shop is in Arizona, and where's that at?
Well, what I'm currently doing, I have a shop in my garage at home in Mesa.
In Mesa, you're still doing it in your garage?
Yeah.
and you're hoping to get into some more expensive real estate as you become famous.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
And I was really taken by your work and just quite amazed. So I had to stop and I had to look. And my viewers are going to be seeing your things right now. Would you take me on a tour?
Okay. This is the very first piece that I sculpted based on that book I was mentioning, Into the Valley.
Spin that baby around. The detail is just amazing.
Oh, I never finished the story. My dad finally got found the book, sent it to me, and I'm rifling through it, and the images that were in the book. I mean, this is almost dead nuts. Almost. I mean, it's right on the money. And then this is I'll show you the second one that I started. That's from the book also. It's this one right here.
And
this is the old breed.
Yeah, he's got a BAR on his shoulder.
Yeah.
And there's a little distressed helmet down there.
It's a Japanese helmet, yeah.
Yeah. And this K-bar, so he's a Marine, huh?
Yes. This is actually I kind of depicted this one from Edson's Ridge.
Ah. The old breed. Now, if he was alive today, he would be
the old breed. And then this is the third one I created.
And again, this is World War II.
World War II.
He's got a trench gun in his hand instead of a rifle. And he's preserving our freedom in a big way. All right, what's next?
Well, we can start with the Viking here.
The Viking. So this goes back a little further than World War II.
Well, this is a part of my heritage, and it was just a fun piece to start because it was a challenge to do the chainmail and just really do something more of an authentic, accurate version of Vikings without the horns and all this. This is what really this would actually be a very wealthy Jarl or something similar to that, but I wanted to create it as accurate as I possibly could.
And it's a typical Viking shield, and a Viking sword, and a Viking helmet, and his little wool, keep himself warm with
wolf cloaks.
Now, that's real fur, that's not fake fur, right?
Yeah, that's...
And he's got a bloody axe, oh my God. So somebody had a really bad day when they ran into him. Oh, wow.
So one of my what really led me to this is my love of history, my love of art. So for me, it was a natural thing to put them together.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Oh, I mean, this is absolutely historical. This is amazing. Okay, what's the next one?
This is Move Out. This was a commissioned piece from a gentleman out of Scottsdale. His father was a lieutenant on the island of Peleliu. And this is one of just depicting him as a young man leading his troops.
He's got a .30 caliber carbine. I can't tell if it's an M1 or an M2.
M1, no bayonet lug.
Oh, okay.
Well, M2 for was
yeah, I think that's an M2.
Yeah, M2 was automatic.
Yeah.
Well, good morning there, and how are you?
Yeah, theoretically, you shouldn't need a bayonet if you got a fully automatic. And he looks like he's really engaged in some tough stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
This is a Vietnam piece.
Okay, this is my war, the one I escaped by the grace of God going to Germany. So we have two weapons here. One is the original M16 with the smooth upper hand guard, and below you see that he's got an M79 grenade launcher, which fires little either gas or fragmentation grenades. And you can see that they're engaged in some serious activity here.
The reason why I created the rifleman as a lefty, I didn't want their backs to be against, his back against us. So I wanted
perfect sense.
Want to be the brotherhood, they're together.
Yeah. Well, we had plenty of left-handed soldiers.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, but I wanted to make them so they're facing each other instead of more of a bonding type of position.
All right. What's going to be the next one here?
We'll go here to first wave. First wave is a depiction of the 5th Marine Division on Iwo Jima.
Oh, wow. He's got an M1 Grand. And go ahead.
And I stylized this a little bit similar to the Japanese style, how they do their water waves. Because this is a significant portion of the battle where the Marines would have landed on Japanese soil. So this is the first time the Marines landed on Japanese soil.
And this guy's got a Thompson submachine gun 45 ACP, which was kind of new at the time. This guy's got their entrenching tools on their back so that they can build their foxholes, their sleeping bags over the top. Wow. The detail of this is absolutely amazing, Dave.
Thank you.
Right down to those boots. Check them out. Wow. Okay. Which one do we go to next?
What we have here next is this is a paratrooper Pathfinder on D-Day, 82nd Airborne.
So he's an Army guy.
Army, yep.
Look at his M1 Grand.
The title of this is Point Man, so he's
up front.
He's up front.
Does Costa Mesa go there?
His entrenching tool. That's a lot of gear to carry and try to fight a battle with. He's got a 45 on his side. Fragmentation grenades, the old pineapples. And again, this is obviously World War II again.
Yep.
Wow, that detail is amazing. All right, which is going to be the next one?
Next one here is Overwatch. This is modern day.
So we're looking at the Middle East.
Yeah, modern day sniper, Marine sniper with his M40 A5.
Yep. And he's got his little camera set up on his helmet. Night vision equipment.
Yeah, this one doesn't spin, so I can kind of show you a little bit of the backside there.
Yeah, I think I can get around pretty good. Wow. Now what's this thing here?
That is a bag for like the empty magazines.
Okay.
And my son said it's incorrect because he's a Marine, but it looks good on there and it fills in the space. And
well, the thing about the Marines versus the Army gets the gear first.
Right.
Marines always get the hand-me-downs. Right. Always. I don't know why that is, but it's always been that way. But they're in the Navy.
That's because the Marines aren't going to live very long.
That's it. All right. We're going back to World War II.
Actually, this is Korea. This is
Korea.
Yeah,
okay.
This is Chosen Reservoir.
Oh, all right. And this guy's got an air-cooled 30 caliber machine gun. And these guys are back to back because I think there's people in front and behind them.
This particular sculpture is based off a story of a gentleman that I met and became friends with.
Oh, wow.
And this is actually at UDAMNI on November 29th, 1951. And they were the furthest northernmost point on the chosen reservoir. And on the 29th of November, they were overrun by the Chinese. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And they woke up with it being surrounded, and a lot of their comrades were being bayoneted in their sleeping bags.
Wow.
So Shelley Lasky here, they got his gunner up, and they just were firing in 360. Only 19 guys got off of that hill, and the
Wow.
Marines never got back to get the bodies. And it was about 20 to 30 below zero that night.
Wow. It's bad enough to fight in nice weather, but when it's cold, raining,
Oh, it's
snowy,
horrible.
oh my God. All right, which
And
one's
then
next?
Last but not least is my Greek.
Okay,
And this is
this
one of
guy's impressive. Check that spear out. That looks pretty sharp. Oh, I could cut my finger on that.
this is one of the first pieces I've done too. It's the Greek period. It transcends all military, throughout the ages. It seemed to be a classic pose and classic. It's just a classic sculpture to do.
Oh, it's amazing. Oh. So he's got a sword and a spear.
Yep.
He's got the shield. Check out his sandals.
He's got the converse crest, which will signify he's more of a captain.
And what do we have on the shield? Is there any significance to that?
He's a citizen soldier, so I basically wanted to create the octopus because his patron god would be like Poseidon.
Absolutely amazing. Check that helmet out. He's got long hair, obviously, I can see. I kind of wouldn't want to run into this guy. I think he's badass. Wow. And so I'm going to take a little walk now all the way down to the end.
One of the reasons why I really want to get the truck back here, back is so that
How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Now, behind every great man, there's a beautiful woman, and here she is. This is Dave's wife, and her name is Opal.
Hello.
And she's here supporting her husband, and she's enjoying all the stuff he does and people coming by and admiring his amazing work.
Yes, it is amazing work for sure.
This is the boss.
She's the boss, huh?
I'm all red.
Well, I really have to thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.